but it's not about me. Okay. So, um, all right. So this is Sherry Shockey Pope. I'm Linda Hicks. This is Carlene Sawyer, and we are doing a discussion on depression and anxiety. So we have our professional here to answer some questions for you and hopefully relieve some of the frustration, the pain, the whatever it is you're dealing with. So hopefully she can give you some good ideas on how to deal with that. So what have you found with your clients' level of anxiety and its relationship to COVID-19?
Unfortunately, COVID-19 has increased people's anxiety. Anxiety is the number one mental health concern before COVID, and it's just exacerbated it since COVID came, primarily because we're out of control. We don't have control of when it goes away, where we go, and it has more control of us on wearing a mask, not hanging out with people.
Mm-hmm. Do you find the two, are they two related? Depression and anxiety, are they related, or are there actually two separate entities?
I think that how I explain it to my clients is I think that they're two sides of one coin. And when anxiety level goes up, depression level goes down because we have a little bit more activity moment in anxiety because we're like panic, we're in a high. But when the anxiety goes down, the depression seems to go up. And so they're kind of an inverse factor of each other. And I think that a lot of times people get stalled in one or the other. They have a lot of anxiety and then they have depression at night. And so it's just creating havoc on a lot of people.
Let's see. What are some of the strategies for dealing with these issues?
Well, first and foremost, getting up in the morning, taking a shower, actually putting on real clothes. Pajama sales went up 37% because when COVID hit. Yeah, because people were like, oh, wow, it's fun. Let's just get in our jammies. And so people don't get dressed. They don't shower every day like they would normally.
Like me today. I showered and did my hair.
So getting up, getting dressed, taking a shower, doing your normal grooming stuff. As you know, exercise is huge. Exercise maintains hormones like probably nothing other. It's equal to medication. If people are taking their medication, they need to be taking medication on a regular basis. But exercise is just so much, is great. Even just 30 minutes. And they could walk around their living room for 30 minutes. Put on some great tunes and just walk around your living room. Being outside in the sun, getting some sun. If they can't do that, if they can walk their little selves to their mailbox and then walk themselves back and do it 10 times. Turn on some music and do a little, 2-minute dance routine in your kitchen. I mean, it doesn't have to be big stuff, and it adds up. It's not like they have to do, 3 hours all at one time. Even just a little bit. And it's sort of what I call like the 3%. So you go outside and get a little bit of sun. You do exercise. You get dressed and shower. So you get 3% from this, 3% from that, 3% from that. If I told you, if you did all these things, you'd get 12%. You'd feel 12% better. People are like, I'm on it. But when they go, I have to do one thing for 3%, they don't feel it's worth it.
That's a really good point. I like that. Some of our clients have high-risk medical issues and are afraid to leave their homes. Do you have some ways to help them step out, especially with the city possibly opening up?
Well, I think no one ever said you can't exercise. No one ever said you can't walk around. Put your mask on. I know when people walk at the park, we walk the dogs to the park, and when people start walking together, they're like, and they turn, almost like this against each other, which is fine because there's still social distancing. So, part of it is, again, if you can't walk to anywhere else but the mailbox, walk to the mailbox. If you, can't walk to the end of the block, just do half a block. Part of it is just doing it, and part of it is pairing it maybe with something that you like. Like if you really like some TV show, it's like, okay, I'll walk to the end of the block twice before I let myself watch the TV. And so you pair it with something that you really want to do. The other thing is you could trick yourself and sort of say, all right, I'll walk to the corner, but if I don't feel like it, I'll walk back. And then usually when you walk to the corner, you're like, well, I can go around the block now. But it's just the transition of starting. It's like I have to put my shoes on, which means I have to find my socks, and then it's hot. I got to find my hat. Oh, I should put sunscreen on, and they become oh, I have to do this, and then I have to do that, and then it's like, oh, my body.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, and do it early in the morning or late in the night because it is hot right now. I mean, we're going to go back into a heat wave, so it's
It's achy.
yeah.
Can you clinically explain how exercise helps them overcome the anxiety and depression?
So anxiety raises your cortisol level and your adrenaline level. So there are two hormones that manage anxiety. Exercise it boosts our serotonin, and which reduces the anxiety, the adrenaline hormone, the cortisol hormone. It also increases our melatonin, which then helps us sleep better. So you have these inverse. So cortisol level goes up during the day because we want to be active, want to do something, and then as the evening comes, melatonin level starts to go up. And as melatonin level starts to go up, we become sleepy, say 9:30, 10:30, 11, whatever, and then we sleep better. But if we have anxiety, that interferes with that. It's almost like it's throwing like a blanket over it. And so exercise maintains a serotonin level, which decreases depression. If you have decreased depression, then you're more active, which then reduces anxiety. And it just makes you feel better. And as you know, exercise has a cumulative effect, but it also lasts. So you might exercise for an hour, but you're still going to find the benefit of it for a couple hours after that.
For sure. Before we go on, pause. Just making sure this is still on, since this is the bane of my existence.
It's flashing the
It's still
little red
I
blinky
can't
light.
see the little red light over here.
Oh, it
I
is
can
flashing.
see
Okay,
it.
good.
I'm like all paranoid now. Okay. What was my other question? Have you found that people stayed inside so long they're unable or unwilling to make the effort to meet people in healthy ways, such as parks, backyard with proper social distancing?
I think that sometimes people are more, well, COVID has made people more isolated. A lot of people were already semi-isolated, like the only thing they went to was, say, maybe your class, or maybe they would go to the grocery store once a week. Well, a lot of people even stopped going to the grocery store. Now they call in their food. And then the guy comes, he pushes the button, puts the food at the front door, and he runs. So, I mean, we don't have any social interaction, right? And so we're not, part of it is you have to make an effort. So you have to either, like, we always Zoomed our friends. When COVID started, we just, like, we missed seeing them. So we started Zooming them, which in some respects was a little bit, it was fun because you were focused on them and as opposed to this coming over and you're doing your life. But I think that people who are normally isolated, this has exasperated that. So part of it to get out of that is putting an effort out to do some things. Go out and talk to your neighbors. I mean, we've put chairs on our front porch and our patio or our front and the lawn, and we yell across the street to each other.
Oh, that's neat.
That's a cute idea.
Yeah, that's a really cute idea. So those are my main questions. Do you have anything else? Any tidbits that you would recommend for our clients?
I think sometimes music helps. If they could plug in some music, they can even do some stretching. As you know, there's a bunch of exercise stuff on YouTube. Just doing something, and maybe they could only do 2 minutes, and then the next day they try for 3 minutes. It really doesn't matter as long as they keep moving. And I can remember hearing you say when we would get in the pool, you'd say, "Just keep moving. Whatever you're doing, just keep moving." That's exactly the same thing. And they don't have to be bodybuilders, but if they just started with 2 minutes and then 3 minutes and then 4 minutes, by the end of the week they'd be close to 7 minutes.
Right. Right. I totally agree with that. Because I've noticed too, as the clients who are moving, that is the first thing I hear from them is that they feel so much better. They feel so much better.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely the brain interaction with the positivity of the exercise that you're doing.
Yeah, well, they're sleeping better. You wake up and your joints are not sore. You can't bear to get out of bed. I mean, if you don't do anything, you get stiff.
Yes.
Yeah. And it just gets worse and worse, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Anything else you can think of?
No.
So one of the things we recommend is definitely the exercise. This Silver Mermaids program is through Aquamotion Ability Foundation. You can find all this information out on aquamotionfun.com. We have all kinds of levels within the program, so you can modify it to your ability. You can also go to YouTube on Aquamotion Ability Foundation and get all our videos that we have produced through this entire COVID experiment. So we have 6 months worth of videos that are free. So, and you can go to balance and strength. You can go to cardio. You can pick a folder and do the workout for you. You know what? It doesn't matter if you just do 5 minutes of it. Just get up and do something, which you will hear me say over and over on every single video. I don't care what you do, just get up and do something. So, and I really think you'll feel better, you'll feel more positive, and we have a counselor right here telling you about the amazing benefits of all of this. So, and reach out and call people. She's with Central Counseling. If you need extra counseling, give them a call. They are there to help you. They are still there. They've been here this whole time through the COVID experiment. So reach out and get help. Don't just bury yourself in your house, because we're here. We're all here for you. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys being here. And all of you have a great day, and thanks for being here.
Cool.
Boom.